Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Crowley, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you the latest addition to the Fantasy Football Geek Patreon site, which is what is the transfer planner that you can see in front of you here. So for those of you that don't know me, I've been playing fantasy football for a number of years now, and 2 years ago I joined the FFGeek website as a regular contributor. So one of my contributions last season was to show a simplified version of this spreadsheet, and I spent some time during the off-season in order to make improvements and provide additional features with some help from Geek himself. So for the 1920 season, this is going to be available as a Tier 2 feature on our Patreon site, which means for the small price of $3 per month, you're going to have access to the weekly updates of this spreadsheet, along with all of the other features seen on the site, such as the weekly podcasts. So with that, I'm going to move forward to demonstrating how the spreadsheet actually functions. So this is the main planner tab, and all you're going to be required to do when you receive the spreadsheet is simply type the name of the players in your team within column B, and then the formulas within here will just update all of the required information for you. So for every player, you're going to be able to see the upcoming fixtures along with a colour coding scale in order to highlight the easiness or the difficulty of their future schedule. And then there's also a points projection for each game week, which will then total a 5-week projection, which can be seen in column C here. So for example, for Lloris, he's projected to score 22.1 over the 5 game weeks. He plays Aston Villa in game week 1, which is green for quite a nice fixture, with a projected score of 6.7, which contrasts with his Man City away fixture in game week 2, highlighted in red, which scores only 2.1. So just to show you how easy this spreadsheet is to use, I'm going to just fill in the remaining slots within my midfield. So I'm just going to type in Salah, who will be part of my team. As you can see, it instantly updates everything required with his fixtures and his points projections. Similar when I type in Sterling and then Sigurdsson. So very easy to use, no complications at all. You're also able to input any future transfers that you're planning. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of that as well. So I've got Josh King in my team. I may look at Bournemouth's fixtures and decide that from game week 3 they're looking a little bit tough, so I may decide to bring Danny Ings for him. So all I need to do is go to the game week 3 columns. Within the out section I just type King, and I'm going to replace him with Ings. And as you can see, it instantly updates the fixtures, the points for that game week and then the future ones, as you can see over here. It also will update your cash in the bank, as we now have 0.5 million due to the cash that we've saved from that transfer. So if we do similar for game week 4, if I take out Sigurdsson, as I decide I want to take advantage of Man City's nice couple of fixtures by bringing in Bernardo Silva for the same price. You can see there's his Brighton, his Norwich fixtures, which he scores rather well in. So the other thing it shows here is we also have a total column at the end. So what this does is show you the impact of the transfers you've made. So for Josh King, he was scoring 18.5 over the 5 game weeks. By taking him out for Danny Ings, we've improved that to 22.5. So it looks like a pretty good score to make. Pretty good transfer to make rather. So the last thing in this spreadsheet is we have an optimal points projection for each game week. So all this is doing is taking your best starting 11 along with your highest scoring player as the captain pick. And it's just going to try and provide an indicator to any strong or weak game weeks that you have coming up. So game week 1 is looking particularly strong for me with 81.9 points. Mainly due to the fact I have Liverpool triple up, and I obviously have Salah as captain with his high score. So that's pretty much it for the main planner tab. I'm just going to explain a couple of the other tabs, as they do contain some useful info within them. So firstly we have the fixtures summary, which is showing the full 38-week fixture list for every team, and the colour scale is included here to provide you with some visual guidance. So it means you're able to see the good or bad runs for all of the teams. So we can see the nice start for Liverpool here. You can contrast that with the rather poor run for Sheffield United over the first 4 game weeks. So it's quite a simple tool, but a nice little visual aid that can be used. And then there is also a tab with the full player list. So it shows every single player along with their upcoming fixtures, and also the points projected for those fixtures along with the total. So that's the 41.4 total for Salah. So this allows you to do some investigation when planning your transfers if you so choose. So looking at my current squad, I may decide that I want a different midfielder to Gylfi Sigurdsson. So I can filter on the midfielders. I then choose a cost. Sorry about that. A cost that is 8 million or less, which is of course the price of Sigurdsson. As you can see, looking at the sorting by the 5 game week total, suggests that perhaps Zaha is a better pick as he scores slightly higher of those 5 game weeks. Or I may go and look at Milivojevic or Anderson as a choice instead. So one thing to note is that myself and Geek will be regularly reviewing the points projections and the fixture rankings as well throughout the season, as currently these are based off last season's data. So as new information becomes available, such as general performance, rotation risks or recent form, we'll make adjustments to be included in the weekly update, which involves me sending out a new version of the spreadsheet every week on a Wednesday. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover within the spreadsheet video. I found it a very useful tool over the last couple of years, and myself and Geek are pretty happy with the improvements made over the summer. So as mentioned before, the planner is now available on the Patreon site and can be provided in Excel or Google Doc format for just $3 per month. If you do sign up, you will also be able to access the FFGeek Slack channel, where you can chat with myself, Geek, or any of the other contributors. And I'm going to be setting up a topic within there to allow anyone to provide feedback on this sheet, and I'll look to implement that in any future updates. So hopefully this video has helped to showcase how user-friendly the spreadsheet is and how it can help with your FPL planning. So with that, I'll just say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. There's a link to the Patreon site in the description below, along with one to the usual FFGeek website, and I hope to chat with you in the future on our Slack channel. Goodbye all.